In this video, we're going to be discussing the basics of chart reading. So here I'm working on a piece here, and I'm following this chart. And this is the chart, it's the basket weave chart. And what a chart looks like is it has these little boxes with these symbols in them, and has these numbers on the bottom and these numbers running up the side. And what the numbers on the bottom mean is it's marking each little block here as a stitch. And the numbers on the side is marking each little row. So this is one stitch on row 1. This is stitch number 2 on row 2, stitch number 3 on row 3, and so on. So the numbers on the bottom indicate each stitch, and the numbers running up the side indicate each row. So I know by looking at this chart that this stitch pattern is an 8 stitch by 8 row pattern repeat. And what the symbols inside the chart mean, if we look at our chart, you'll have a key. And what the key does, it provides you with what the symbols mean in the chart. So I know that looking at this key, this little blank symbol means a knit, and this little dot means a purl. So if I look back on my chart, I know that I have to knit 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches, and then I have to purl 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. Now I'm working this little sample here, I'm working it flat, I'm working back and forth in rows, but if I were working, and because I am working back and forth in rows, I need to knit, follow the chart, I need to read the first row from right to left, and then I need to turn my work. In the second row, I will actually be reading from left to right, so I can work backward that way. And when you work backward that way, you need to remember that your work is reversed. So the back of a knit is a purl and the back of a purl is a knit. So when I'm working on wrong side rows, I need to remember that these purl stitches will be knit stitches on the wrong side, and these knit stitches will actually be purl stitches on this side. So my wrong side rows, instead of looking like knit 4, purl 4, I'll actually be purling 4, I will be knitting 4, and then purling 4. And you can see I've already started to do that here. I'm actually up on row 6 on this chart, and I've started to do that. But if I were working a piece in the round, I would read every row from left to right because you're working in a circle, a spiral. So if I were working a stitch pattern in the round, I would actually be reading every row from left to right, and it would be knit 4, purl 4, knit 4, purl 4, knit 4, purl 4, knit 4, purl 4 every round until I got to round 5 and the chart changed. And so when you're looking at a chart, that's something you have to remember. If a pattern, most patterns, if they have just instructions for working a chart flat to help remind you of inverting your stitches, they will have the odd numbered rows on one side of the chart and the even number rows on the other side. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, to help you remind you that you need to read the chart when working in rows from left to right. And that's all there is on chart reading.